Hey class, not here, feeling under the weather today. So today, what we got to talk about? Today's assignments are as follows. All right, for my surface design class, you guys are finishing working on your grid pieces. Now those grid pieces, getting the detail from the image transferred over from the image paper to the grid paper to get a final product. You're doing a 1-to-1 ratio from the squares that you've drawn out at your grid on the main image, the overall picture that we printed off online for you guys, and then you're switching that to the grid paper that you've done the lines on. It's a 1-to-1 transfer because I've already done the sizing for you. It's a 1/2 inch on the image paper, a full inch transfer on the white paper. That way you have a 1-to-1 transfer. Super simple. Carry over the design and carry that through the whole thing. That is due no later than Friday of this week. That is by far got to be done this week. After you finish working on that, I've got some magazines that I left in a bin. They're these like Time magazines, I think Jezebel magazines. You're gonna rip out the entire image or entire page that has the color swatch that you need to work on your collage piece. Now, when I say color swatch, I'm talking about in that image, if there's picture colors in there that you're gonna need. If you need a green, you need different types of green, a dark medium and a light green, that kind of color. If you need that color, take out the whole page. We're gonna recycle or throw away the stuff that we don't need, so don't worry about that. Focus on getting as much of the color elements that you already need. That's the important thing. So subtract all the color out of the magazine, store that in your cubby, and then when we come back in the next day, probably towards the end of the week, Friday, if I'm feeling better and I'm back, we'll add the glue to the magazine pieces, start putting those pieces down onto the paper so you have final finished product. If you guys have questions, I have my email. It's on the end of the table. There's a piece of paper there. It's got my my email address on it. Send me an email if you have questions. Happy to answer those emails, and I'm really quick on that kind of thing. And then if you guys, I will see you when I see you. But by far, Friday, grid drawing is finished. Some of the color elements should be started onto the collage piece. What I would really expect you guys have is all of your colors that you're going to need already selected, tossed into the cubby. So when I come back in next day, we can go ahead and start working those things out. Questions? Email. Other than that, see you guys later. Have a good one. Later, guys.